with this. Okay, hi all, good morning. So then I will start with this one. Use the symbol batch, and so let me check. Where is this curriculum? Symbol batch. Okay, symbol batch. Okay, so I think he has discussed about this. 23rd December I've taken your class, right? Yeah. This is what we have discussed, uppercase, lowercase, and how the engine executes it, right? But I think I must have shared assignment as well. Don't you have any question in the assignment?
You did share, Anil.
So do you have any question in the assignment you want to discuss, or if you have not worked, you want to work on it, and then next class you want to discuss? Or shall I proceed with the next set of topics? All good is one told, all good. Okay. Fine, then I'm proceeding further. If you have any question, you can ask me in the next session. Okay. So I have to tell you, this is a very important thing, difference between zero, blank, and null. Okay. So let's discuss this. Go on, mute everyone. Page 28. Okay. Am I audible? Hope I'm audible. Hope I'm audible, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Audible, but my voice I cannot hear. Just a minute, 1 minute. Headphone is getting problem. Okay, so we'll discuss different blank and null day. Anyone who knows what is zero, what is blank, and what is null, you want to share your thoughts?
Yeah, zero, nothing but it has value. Blank, nothing but blank and null almost same.
Blank and null, same, okay.
Yeah.
So please listen very carefully. This null is very important. As per my understanding, your 10 or 20% of complexity, in 20% I will tell it is because of null. It is very important to first of all understand what is null, and then how your SQL engine I'm telling, how it behaves with null when you are dealing with different SQL keywords. Like if you're working with count, how null behaves. If you're working with joins, how null behaves. If you're working with set operators, how null behave. So for that, first of all, we have to understand what is null, because it will be used down the line in each and every keyword. So try to understand it. Suppose there is an examination or test in a class. A student A has scored 0 marks. So it is clear that there is student A, he has scored 0 marks. Okay. Now there is a student B, or else A has scored 70 marks, B has scored 0 marks. So it is clear B has attended the test. Maybe all his answers were incorrect. That's why he has scored 0. Correct? Okay. Now for C it is blank. Okay, you can see for C the marks is blank. So for C the marks is blank, and suppose the class teacher is asking, or the principal is asking that, okay, why for C? Because it happens when there will be a test And class teachers have to show the class performance to the principal as well, right? So the principal is asking the class teacher, maybe like I am the class teacher, that why for C you have given the marks as blank. Okay. So for this, I told the principal that sir, it is blank because the paper of C is still getting evaluated, and we are just consolidating all the marks what he has scored, and we will update it shortly. So it means here in case of C, you are sure that C has attended the test, correct? But his paper is getting evaluated, and shortly you will get the marks and you will update it, correct? So in those cases, we mark it as blank in a database when you are sure that transaction has happened. Okay, the business transaction has happened, but still you have not received the data and you are waiting for it. Is this clear? What is blank?
Yeah.
Blank means you are sure the transaction has happened, but you have not received the data. You are waiting for it. Any question? Any question? No?
Tanvir, so it means if there isn't a column blank, so it means transaction should be happen or it will be happen, but we cap that
No,
column
no,
as an
no.
hmm?
No, no, no. Blank means we are sure transaction has happened. Okay, blank means we are sure that transaction has happened, but we are waiting for data. Like here I told you that C, I am sure that C has appeared for the test, but his paper is getting evaluated. Shortly, we will get the marks and we will update it. So blank means we are sure that transaction has happened, but we are waiting for it.
Okay.
Is this clear?
Tanvir, actually, your
Is this
voice
clear?
is echoing, maybe.
Yeah, even I feel the same.
What is echoing? Maybe
Unable to
Yeah.
hear
anyone
your
who
voice
is
properly.
connected through two places. Or it's echoing. Echoing for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes, even I feel that.
Oh, I think it is echoing or I'm wrong. That's right.
Yes, it is happening for me as well.
So you are struggling to listen here or what, maybe it's something like that, because I'm connecting from my home. I will go to some other location. Is it like echoing very much? Hmm. Give me a moment, 1 minute. Okay, how is it now? How is it now? Is it better?
This is better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
that
stop.
is.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, so it's a blank clear. What is the meaning of blank? Is a blank clear, guys? You understood?
Can you repeat one?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I will repeat it. This one. So here in the case of C, the transaction has happened, right? But in the case of C, he has scored marks, but we kept it as a blank. Why? Because we're waiting for the marks. So C means we know, we are sure the transaction has happened, but still we have not received the value. What is the weightage of the transaction? So that's why we keep it as a blank. Is this clear?
Yes.
So, Tanvir, what could be the use case for this? Like, let's say, for example, if C, we are waiting for the student C, right, and his data to be updated. So it could be a chance that we can definitely present to the principal the marks of A and B, not C. That could also be a
No,
chance.
but you have to mention here C, no? C, we have to mention here because we are sure that C has attended the test and just
Okay.
his paper is getting evaluated, and shortly the class teacher will get the marks and she will update here.
Got it.
Okay, so similarly it happens in the business, like you have a fund and you are looking for, or you have started a business, you're looking for investors. Okay, so one of the investor has committed that, okay, I will spend 1 million US dollar, right? But maybe he has not invested now, but he has committed. That is why in finance world you have realized amount and unrealized amount. Realized amount means the one which has been released, and the unrealized is the one which you are projecting. So similarly here for C, we kept it as a blank because we know that the transition has happened. We know that C has appeared for the test, but we are waiting for his marks. That's why I kept it as a blank, because we are sure that shortly, maybe within 1 hour, 2 hour, or 1 day or 2 day, I will get the value and I will update here. Is this clear?
Clear, clear.
Is this clear? Clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have a student D. For him, we have put the marks as null. This is your null. Then the principal asked me that, Tanvir, why for D you have kept it as a null? For A, you have kept it as 70. It is clear cut that A has scored 70 marks. For B, you have kept it 0. It is crystal clear that B has scored 0 marks. For C, you kept it as a blank. You told that C has appeared for the test, but still his paper is getting evaluated. And shortly you will update the marks. This is also fine. For D, what is the meaning of null? Okay, this is the question the principal is asking to the class teacher. Okay. Now, principal told that actually we are not sure. Listen very carefully. Principal told that, sorry, class teacher told that, sir, actually we are not sure whether D has appeared for the test or not. Okay. So first, he has appeared for the test or not. Second thing, if D has appeared for the test, maybe he would have scored 0, I am not sure. Or maybe his paper is getting evaluated, I am not sure. Or maybe D has appeared for the test, but he was caught cheating and then he was debarred from the exam. Okay. So actually the class teacher is not sure what happened in case of D. Maybe he was absent. Okay. So that's why class teacher has marked it as null. So null means when you're not sure exactly what has happened, whether the transaction happened or not, or whether the transaction happened but failed, or maybe the investor has committed that I will invest 1 million, but he has not invested now. So the scenarios in which you are not sure that exactly what happened, you are just playing with assumption. Like, see here, principal asked the class teacher, what about D? Why you have kept it as null? So Class teacher is telling we are not sure what exactly happened. Maybe D has not appeared for the test. Maybe D has appeared for the test. Maybe his paper is getting evaluated. And maybe he might be the topper as well. That is also possible. But class teacher doesn't have the full information. So in database, when you don't have the full information, we put it as null. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you have any question here? This is very important. If it is not clear, you ask. I will explain this again.
Tanvir, can you relate or give an example with real-time scenarios in database? Like any example, like in sales or e-commerce industry? How can we?
See, same thing like you have done some transaction, okay, and I'm not sure whether the transaction is completed or not, or whether the transaction is pending, okay, or you initiated the transaction but it failed, or maybe just you have taken the quotation but you have not initiated the transaction. So suppose if I am the shop owner and you are my customer, so I'm not sure in that case whether you have initiated the transaction or you have initiated the transaction, the transaction has failed. Okay, so in that case, in the business terms, we mark it as null because as a shop owner, uh, I'm not sure exactly what has happened. So we will put it as a null in that case. In case of C, I kept it as a blank. Why? Because I'm sure that C has initiated the transaction, but it will take time to complete. So that is the difference between null and blank. In blank, you are sure the transaction has happened. In the case of C, I'm sure that C has appeared for the test. But in case of D, I don't have any clue exactly what happened. Whether D has appeared for the test or not. Maybe he has appeared for the test, but he was cheating and he was debarred from the exam. Anything. So in case of business terms, when you're not sure exactly the business transaction happened or not, or maybe happened but failed, or maybe happened but it's taking time for the clearance. So during those cases, we put it as a null value. Is this clear now?
Clear.
Okay. So when you are net, when you're not sure about the transaction status, you keep it as a null. Not sure means you even don't know whether transaction was initiated or not. So we will keep it as a null value. And if someone asks, you will tell that, okay, sorry, I'm not sure whether the transaction was initiated, whether the transaction is initiated and failed, the transaction initiated and still it is in processing, whether the customer has not initiated the transaction at all. So during those cases, we'll put it as a null value. Is this clear now or not? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So null means you are playing with assumptions. Okay, you are not sure exactly what happened. You're just playing with assumptions. Then you mark it as a null. Okay, so now can you tell me what is the difference between blank and null then?
Yes, in the blank, the transaction should be happen. In null condition, we don't know the transaction should be happen or not. That is a major difference, I think.
Correct. Major difference, right? In case of C, one thing is damn sure that C has appeared for the test. Class teacher is sure about that. That is why in case of blank, you are sure that transaction has happened. You are just waiting for the number. Correct. But in case of D, nothing is sure. You're not sure whether that transaction has happened or not. And that's why you are keeping it as null. Now you can ask a question that Tanvir, if we are not sure whether the transaction was initiated at all, then why you are keeping it null? You ignore it, you remove it from the table, right?
I
Is my
think
question
null,
clear? What
Tanvir, I think null should we enter some value when we get in a data, so we
Hmm.
enter that in the null condition. It's
Hmm.
only the space keeping for the transaction, I think.
So my question is, I'm telling in case of null, I'm not sure whether the transaction was initiated or not, or it was failed or what happened, I'm not sure. Then my question is, if I'm not sure anything about this null and this D, then I should remove it, no? I should remove this record from the table. Why I'm keeping this in table when I'm not sure anything about this?
Because there is possibility of transaction maybe happen. So
Correct.
once we get the value, we can.
Because there,
You can do
correct, because there are possibilities, maybe transaction might would have happened. In case of D, I told no, I'm not sure whether D has appeared for the test or not. And maybe if he would have appeared for the test, and maybe if his paper is getting evaluated, might be possible that he can be the topper, right? So how I can ignore it, how I can remove it. So that is why null records, you should not remove it blindly. That holds importance. That can be zero as well. Or maybe that transaction has not initiated at all. So next day, if you're getting that information, then you can ignore it. But till the time you're playing with assumption, you don't have a clear picture, you cannot remove or reject the null records because you are not sure what exactly has happened here. Suppose you got an investor who has told that I will invest 10 million. Okay. And maybe today or yesterday he was unable to make the payment because of some reason. And in that case, if you will remove him from the database, and next is suppose if he has initiated the transaction, then your system will not accept this transaction because it will find that there is no investor with an MD. You got this point? So that is why you have to keep the value which is null because you don't have the exact picture what has happened. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear? If it is not clear, tell me, I will repeat this. This is a very important concept.
Tanvir,
This
please
has to
explain
be
once
clear
again.
to everyone. Okay, which why the null is required? Why we cannot reject it, right? That's a question.
Yes.
Okay, see, my question was if this D has scored null and we are not sure about the weightage of this null or the value of this null, what exactly happened here, whether this transaction was initiated or not, then if I'm not sure about this, then better we should avoid it or reject it or delete it. Correct? That is my question. First of all, is the question clear?
Yes, the question is that when we are not
Hmm.
when we are not sure about the transaction, so why should we enter the null value here?
Correct. Correct. When I'm
Yes.
not sure about this transaction value, then why I'm keeping it? What is the reason? This is the question. Is the question clear?
Yes.
Is the question clear to everyone?
Yes.
yes.
Yes. See, why I'm keeping this because it is clear that I don't know anything about this null transaction, right? I don't know whether this transaction was initiated. I don't know whether it was initiated and failed in between, or maybe initiated and success, but the source team has not sent the data. Or maybe he has committed that he will spend, but after that, they have changed their mood and now they are not going to invest. Okay, these all possibilities are there in case of null. If I will reject it, suppose I rejected this, I thought that, okay, we don't have a clarity, let's reject or delete this record. I deleted it. Okay. Tomorrow, suppose this particular investor D has initiated the transaction of $10 million. Okay. Now, if I have removed that null, where I will make an entry for it? Tell me. The condition, the system will not be able to find D in my table. So that's why it will fail. In that case, it is mandatory for you to keep a record for null so that next day, if the transaction will happen, if I'm telling, then you'll be able to mark entry here that, okay, fine, this was $10 million or whatever value it may be. So that's why you have to keep the value with which is, if it is null, you cannot reject it. because next day or after some time, after some days, if you get the value, you can update it there in case of null. Is it clear now? Is it clear? No?
Tanvir, one thing, like
Uh-huh.
if I Abhishek here, if I
Yeah, Abhishek.
see this, yeah, if I see this scenario in BI perspective, so we
Hmm.
like let's say I am a Power BI developer and I see a lot
Mhm.
of reports where null, even I see bar charts where the category is null and bar is very huge, right? So does it mean
Hmm.
that if that particular category is null, it means that has that number of records where
No.
developer does not know that whether the entry will be coming or not, right? So is that the meaning of that particular bar chart?
You see that bar chart, I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but
No, no,
null, if you have,
I'm asking, like sometimes we see in reports that nulls are there, right? Blanks are there. So we
see,
create we
blank is different, null is different.
yes.
That's
So
what I'm telling.
yeah, both are
Hmm.
different, but the meaning is same, which you are telling, right? Means we can consume that
Hmm.
particular meaning which you are telling, because so far I always consider that yes, blank means it is blank, there is no data that in that particular column or row,
Hmm.
that I understand
Hmm.
so far. But you gave us the insights and let us know that yeah, these are the meanings for that. So means the thing is ki wherever we will see like a blank and nulls, we can correlate with this kind of example.
See, again, I will not comment anything on the report what you're talking about because I have not seen that. Okay. But what point I want to highlight here is blank means you are sure that the transaction has happened, but you are waiting for data. That is your blank. Null means you are not sure whether the transaction has happened or failed or passed, or maybe it will be initiated by client or the customer after 10 days. Maybe customer has changed the mood, he is not going to invest. You are not sure about anything, then we put it as a null. This is all about your blank and null. Is this clear? Any question?
Yeah, clear.
Clear? Okay, now let me proceed further with this.
Tanvi, just
This
one
one.
question. From a database
Yeah.
point of view, is it possible for us to have a blank values?
Yeah. We can put blank, we can put null. I will show you for null first of all, and then with blank. Why I taught you this now? Because most of the keywords which we will be discussing, they all, you have to understand their behavior with null. Okay, that will show you. Okay. Is that you're asking or something different you're asking?
No, I am asking like now this is the example what we are taking is marks and everything that we know. But when we really
Mm-hmm.
work on the database where we don't know actually the
Uh-huh.
data, is it possible that whoever has created the table will allow
Uh-huh.
blank as a value, or it will only convert or say it will be nullable or not nullable
No,
value?
no, the way how to insert blank and the way how to insert null in a database is different. And you can insert both the values. If you want to insert blank, you can insert blank. If you want to insert null, you can insert null. Both you can do.
Okay, both are possible. Okay. Okay.
Both are possible, yeah. And the way of treatment is different for both of them.
No, like okay. I mean to say from a database point of view, will somebody
Mhm.
insert a blank value Instead, they will go for a null instead of a blank. That's what I'm trying to understand.
No, that will be wrong. Because if you're going for blank, inserting blank instead of null, from business sense, it means you are sure that the transaction has happened. That is blank. And null means you are not sure anything, what has happened. We don't have any clue. Then if someone is putting null in place of blank or blank in place of null, that is incorrect scenario. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay, so now this is our employee table.
Tanvir, can you
Yeah.
please tell me that definition of blank and null in with respect to database? I
Blank.
understood that
uh,
that concept,
mm,
but definition wise, I
uh,
required it.
definition wise, again, I will tell you the same thing.
Okay.
Definition, if you want, I can share the definition in plain English if you want, but this is blank. Blank means you are sure the transaction has happened, you are sure, but you have not received the number, you have not received the value, that is a blank. Null means you don't have any clue what exactly happened, whether transaction happened or not. Transaction happened but failed. Maybe transaction happened and it was passed, but you have not received the number. Or maybe this client D don't want to, it doesn't want to do any business with you anymore. So those cases we put it as a null. Okay.
Yeah.
Tanvir, one
Okay.
question.
Huh.
So when
Yeah.
we are like reports, let's say a Tableau developer is building a report. So when you get data from the data team, so would you like consider blank and null as other, or will you wait for the database team to update the values of blank?
No. In
How does
that case, what you have to do is you have to connect with your business stakeholders who will be using your report. And this has to happen during your requirement analysis call or your requirement gathering call, that okay, if I will receive blank value, do you want to see those blank numbers on the report? If I have received null, do you want to see those null on the report? That has to be clearly discussed with the business stakeholders for whom you are preparing your reports, you're creating reports. If they will tell that no, please don't show blank or null, then you have to reject it at the Power BI or the any reporting tool, whatever you're using, you have to reject at that end. So this is not for data engineers. Data engineers should never ignore null or blank because you don't know the power of null or blank. That's why I told you the client D, you're not sure whether what was the transaction. But suppose he has done a transaction of $10 million. So if you will remove this null and D, it means you will miss that record. Correct?
Yeah,
That's why.
sometimes what could
Let
happen
me
is if
complete,
we
let me complete, don't interrupt in between. So when the data engineers or the SQL developers, when they're creating pipelines, so they have to be very careful how to handle blank or null. You cannot ignore it, you cannot reject it based on the assumption that, okay, this is of no use, we're not going to show this on report. No, this has to be in your table because maybe tomorrow if you will get the data, you will insert that value here or you will update it here. But if you're working on reporting side, maybe Power BI developer or Tableau developer or OBI developer, any reporting or visualization tool or business intelligence, then you have to discuss this with your business stakeholders that do you want to see null or blank if we are getting that data from the source? If they will tell no, then you can ignore it at the reporting side. But if they will tell that no, please show us those values as well, then you have to display this at the reporting end. Have I answered the question, Niharika?
yes, yes. Thanks.
Yeah, Abhishek, what you were saying?
yeah, so yeah, if our stakeholder says that yeah, you can remove it, but Tanvir, what would happen is if we remove those null values, the corresponding columns, rows will also be removed. right? And we will
No,
lose
entire
the
record you have to remove for
the whole row will be removed
entire
basically because it
whole
will
row.
work.
That is what that is
Okay.
why I'm telling you, you have to clearly discuss this with the business stakeholder, because in certain scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
suppose based on your assumption, you ignored it, okay,
Okay.
and you're not showing this on report,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So what will happen? We have faced all this thing. That's what I'm telling you. What will happen? Your client, sorry, your stakeholders for whom you're
Mm-hmm.
creating this report, they can ask this question that tell me day before yesterday we had a discussion with the investor D, why that information you're not showing on the report. You will tell that yes, we had a discussion, but he has not initiated the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Then your stakeholders can ask you that it is fine that they have not initiated the transaction. That is fine. But you should display that on the report. No, that will give us a picture that okay, we had a call, we had a discussion with him. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have removed it. So
Okay.
that's why null or blank, before removing it or showing this on report, you have to clearly discuss it with your stakeholders. That, sir, do you want this to be displayed or not? Because many times if you see, if you show blank, what happened on the report, the business stakeholders, they will think that, okay, by mistake, it is the value is missed here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this has to be clearly discussed with the stakeholders. So do you want to
And
display this on report or not?
okay.
Hmm,
Okay. Okay.
fine. Okay, shall I proceed further? Okay. So now this is our what is the table name? Employee table. Now here in this employee table, can you tell me the total count of records? What's the total count of records in this table?
6.
Six records, right? Easily you can tell that okay, we have 6 records. This is one record. This is second record, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth record, right? Now here it is, you have very less number of records. So easily you can tell we have 6 records, but you are working in a table which has millions of records. So you cannot look at the data and you can tell, correct? In that case, we have a count function. Select count of a star. If you write select count of a star, it means you are telling SQL engine to give me the total number of records in this employee table. So if I will run this, check the output. Value is 6. It means in this employee table, total you have 6 records. So whenever you want to find the count, how many records are there, you have to give this count of a star. Hope it is clear. Fine.
Yes.
Okay, now suppose here I want to find a count of employees whose salary is greater than 300. So it means I have to give filter here. And which keyword is used for filter purpose?
Where?
Where. So I will write here where salary is greater than 300. So this will give me the total number of records where salary is greater than 300. So now see here, you have 3 records for which salary is greater than 300. So this is the first record, second record, and this is the third record. They have salary greater than 300. Why I have shown this example, especially freshers or those who are very new to SQL, they think that count as star cannot be used with any other keywords. But this is a misconception. You can use count as star with other keywords, whatever you have, that's not a problem. Okay, hope it is clear. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now let's try to understand how the engine will execute this query. So when you're running this query, which keyword will be executed first? Which will be
Keyword.
executed first?
From keyword.
From. So here from means employee. So engine will understand that, okay, I have to fetch data from the employee tables, which will make a copy of it in the temporary memory. Hope it is clear. So from employee is done. We're done with this. Now after from employee, which keyword will be executed?
Where?
Where. So in where you have mentioned salary greater than 300. The moment engine will see this, your engine will understand that, okay, I have to filter out only those salary which is greater than 300. So here this is greater than 300. And then this is greater than 300. And then this is greater than 300, right? Then your engine will filter out these records. These values will be filtered out here. Is it clear so far? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, clear.
Now after where is also done. After where, which keyword? Select. Select what we have mentioned, count of a star. So engine will understand that user wants the total count of the final data. So what is the total count? One record, the second record, this is the third record. So output will be 3. Hope it is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now so net we understood that if you want engine to count something, you can use this count of a star. Star means all the records you have to count. Okay. Instead of a star, can you write 1?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check this. Getting the same output.
Yes.
Instead of 1, can I write 10?
Yes.
Getting the same output. Instead of 10, can I write my mobile number? In this case,
Yes.
what will happen?
Same.
Same output. Okay, let me check. Getting the same output. So what we learned from this, that count of a star will give you total number of records, correct? Count of any number will also give you total number of records. Hope it is clear. Why I have
Clear.
taught this? Sometime in
Mhm.
interviewer can ask you question that count of a star and instead of a star, can I write count of 1? What will be the output? So you have to tell that output will be same whether you write count of a star or count of 1, count of 10, count of any number, they all are one and the same.
Tanvir, if you put count of A like alphabets.
Come to that, I will come to that. And the next topic. Hope it is clear so far.
Yeah, clear.
Clear? Okay. Now, so you understood that count of a star or count of any number, they all are same. Now, can I write here instead of this? Can I write? You told A. Okay. Can I write A?
It will not execute.
Cannot execute. Okay, let me check.
Error.
Oh, correct, it is throwing error message. Okay, so when you're trying to execute any character, you have to keep it within quotes actually.
Now it will execute.
Now, now if I will run this, this will give you the output. 1 minute, it is. Got the value? Similarly, can I write count of B?
Yeah.
Can I write this?
Yeah,
Yes,
execute.
I'm getting the value. So instead of B, can I write SQL?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So count of any character within quotes. It must be within quotes. This will also give you total number of records. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions so far?
Tanvir, does that mean there is no difference in all those three statements? That is count star, count any number or any character within quotes?
They all are same. They all will give you the same output. But generally, you will see people, they will be preferring count of one or count of a star. Okay. But why I told you that count of any numbers you keep count of any character within it, because sometime in an interview, the interviewer can ask you this question. So you should know the answer for this. But when you're working in project, mostly you will be using count of a star or count of one. This is mostly it is used. Anyone? Okay.
So Tanvir, I have a question. So basically, so count of star or count of number gives the total number of records. So what
Correct.
if someone needs only the top 5 or top 10, something like that? Initially, I thought the same. Like count one gives only the first one, but it gave all the 6 records.
This is a misconception that count of one will give the number of records in the first column. Maybe not sure if you're thinking from that perspective. Many has this thought that if I will write count of one, this will give me the number of records in the first column. If I will write count of two, it means the number of records in the second column. No, this is a misconception. If this is the concept, then tell me count of -1. Do you have any -1 column in the table? No, right? So now if I will execute this, still it will work. Still you're getting the output. So this 1, 2, or 3 or -1, this doesn't have any relation with the number of columns. No, this doesn't represent the number of columns. Count of any number will give you the total number of records in the table. That is the concept. Is that clear?
Yes. And my second question is, so does this take into consideration of the blank columns or the null value as well?
That I will come out after this.
Okay, okay.
Discuss after this, that part. Okay. Hope it is clear.
Yeah. And
Any
Tanvir,
other question?
yeah. Actually, this concept I knew because accidentally I tried this one. It gave an error. Okay, but I don't know how it will work. Engine count of one, count of two, count of any character within single quote. How it will engine will execute, and I mean to say how engine will understand. Count of star means we know star means all columns. What about 1, 2, 3 that characters?
This count, it will take at least, I think, 1 week. Okay. So this count is a very big topic, and we will answer all the questions what you have asked. One by one, I will go to that. Okay. But this will take a good amount of time. So let me complete the other part of this concept, and then maybe we will get answer for all the questions what you're asking. Okay. So far, is it clear what I taught?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's try to understand it, how the engine executes it. First of all, it is clear, no? Count of one, count of two, count of -1. This doesn't have any relation with the number of columns. No relationship with that. Okay. Now, when you're writing count of a star from employee table, you are getting the output as 6, right? Exactly what happened? Engine, what it will do, it will, let me write here this query. Your engine will take this table. In this table, it will replace this values with a star. Okay. And then it will count how many stars are there. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, 6 star. That's why output is 6. You are thinking that it is counting the
Okay.
records, but it is not counting that. It is counting a star. You are telling him to count a star. It is counting a star. Similarly, when you're writing select count of 1 from employee, so you are telling SQL engine. So first of all, your SQL will make a copy of this in the temporary memory. It will replace this all value with 1.
So Tanvir, it will
Then
only go
let
to
me complete.
okay.
Let me complete. Let me complete. 1 minute. It will count all the 1 in this column. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay. Huh. Now, similarly, if you will write select count of 10, count of my number, anything, whatever you like, if you will write select count of A. So for this as well, if you're writing this from employee, so it means you are telling engine to first of all replace this with A, and then count how many A's are present. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A is present. It will tell you the output is 6. You might be thinking that then it will replace only the first column or all the columns. So generally what
Yes, yes.
happens if you're writing count of a star, it will replace all the values of this data with a star quickly. And that doesn't take much time, so don't think it will impact the performance. Okay. Then it will pick any one column, and in that it will count that, okay, it is one, or else, see, it will be replaced with star, replaced with a star. Like this it will do. And then it will check. This is 1 record, this is 2nd record, this is 3rd record, this is 4th record, this is 5th record, this is 6th record. Right, that's where the output is 6. Is it clear now?
Clear. Very nice logic. I think many of the people do not know this.
Yeah.
That's fine if you understood. Good.
Really
Hope it is
appreciate.
clear.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Now,
Tanvir,
hmm, hmm.
so in rest of the
Yeah, tell me.
example, other than star, DB engine won't replace all the columns with that particular value. Only in case of star,
Correct.
it will replace all the
No, no,
values with
no,
star.
no. With all the, if you're writing count of 1 as well, no, all the values will be replaced with 1 here. Everything will be replaced.
In all cases.
And then it will count in all the cases. If you're writing A, everything will be replaced with A, all the records. And then when you're writing here, count of A, it will count this is 1 record, this is 2nd record, this is 3rd record, 4th record, 5th record, 6th record. And that's where the output will be 6 here.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Hope it is clear. Now, count is not over. A lot of concepts are there in count. Then I will tell you count with column name, with count with group by, count with having, then a lot of other things we will see. So it will take approx, I think, 3-4 classes it will take. It's a very big topic. I will show you all those things down the line. I know you'll be having a lot of questions, so I will get, maybe I will try my best to clarify it. But so far, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now next question is that fine, Tanvir, this is clear. Count of a star, count of one, count of any character will give me the total number of records, and you explain this is how it will work. This is clear. But tell me one thing, Tanvir, you told that count of A when you have written from employee. So you remember when I executed this query, what has happened?
Showed the
Yeah.
error. Yeah. Invalid.
Has thrown the error message, right? Let me show you this again. Listen very carefully. So this has thrown the error message, correct? Okay. The reason is, where is that? Okay, Excel sheet. No, I will not answer that reason now. I will answer after some time. Is this clear so far? These are all things, correct? Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, tell me one thing. If I will write select count of ID from employee, if I will execute this, what will be the output?
6.
It will give you 6, like whatever
It will give me
rows
6.
in that
But
particular
right
column.
now, we discussed that in count you have to write any character within quotes. This ID is not in quotes. Don't you think this will throw any message?
It's
No,
not a
it will not
character, it's
throw.
a column name.
Column name. It will
Okay,
not throw error.
good. Okay, let me check this. It is working perfectly and the output is 6. Now listen here, there's a twist. I want full concentration, guys. Listen very carefully. This count, as per my understanding and experience, 30%, 40% complexity of SQL is because of this count. You might be surprised why, but you will understand that down the line. I have written a count of ID. Is this ID a column of this employee table? Please check it. Okay. So when you're passing any character or string here, and if that is a column of the table, then no need to keep it within quotes and it will work perfectly. It will give you the output. I know you will be having question, but hold on. I need 5 minutes, then I will open the platform and then you can answer the question. Similarly, if I will write name, then what will be the output?
6.
6. Please check it. Oh, it is reloaded. 1 minute. Oh, 6. Clear? Name is also a column of the employee table. Now, salary. If I will keep this salary, then what will be the output?
It is also 6.
Again, you are getting 6. So what we understood from this, that count of column will also give you the total number of records, correct? Okay. Count of any column also give you total number records. So far clear?
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's ask question if you have any. No questions? Okay.
Tanvi,
Yeah.
in
Tell me.
case of star or any value, as it replaces all the values of data with that particular value, what happens in
Correct.
case of column name?
Column name I will answer after some time. I need some time. Then I will
Okay.
explain you how engine works there. Okay, I need some time for that.
Okay.
Now, so but this you understood, no? Count of any column, if you will pass, it will also give you the total number of records. The special thing is no need to keep it within quotes, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Right. Okay. Now, the next question is, Tanvir, you have written select count of A, and when you executed it, the engine has thrown error message. For count of a column, it is fine that it's the column name. So maybe engine has given some privilege and it is finding the total number of records. But can you explain why when I've given A, or maybe if I will give B, so why in this case
Yeah.
engine is throwing error message and it is asking for this to be kept within quotes? Now you can don't ask any question. Hold on, please. So now when I'm executing it, so you can see it is throwing error message. Either I keep A, B, or an A string. Again, try to understand it from the engine perspective. So that's why it is very important to understand each and every SQL keyword from engine perspective, how engine is executing it. So when you're trying to execute this query, select count of B from employee. So engine will take a copy of this employee table first of all, right? So next, engine will try to replace this values with which data?
A.
Tell me. B.
B.
You have
B.
written count of B, no? So it will try to replace this with B, correct? Now, tell me one thing. In this table employee, when I have executed this, when I've inserted the data 1A 100, 2B 600, 3C 500, why I've given this within quotes A, B, C, D, F, Y?
For the
Because this
identify.
is one of the
Because it's
rules.
the string value.
And you have to keep it within quotes, right? If you will not keep this within quotes, this will throw error message. Let me show you that. Suppose I'm trying to insert 7 and this value is G. And suppose this is 700. I'm trying to insert this. I have not kept this G within quotes. Check the output. Column not allowed here. It is throwing error message. Why? Because I have not kept this G within quotes. Is this clear? Similarly, when you are trying to write count of B, engine is trying to replace this in the temporary memory with B, but it is not in quotes. That's why engine is not able to replace it. Finally, it is not able to count it, and that's why it is throwing error message. Is it clear? Is this clear?
Yeah.
Now, what happened when you're writing count of column? Now here you see when I've written salary, actually what happens when you're writing any character or any string. So first of all, engine will check whether this is a column of this table. If this is a column of this table, it is fine. It will show you the total records. But if it is not a column, suppose if I will write age, do you think age is a column of this employee table?
No.
No. If it is not a column of this employee table, then engine will try to replace the records with age, but it is not within quotes, then the engine will throw error message. Now see, it is thrown error message, invalid identifier. It means engine is telling, sorry, age is not a column of this employee table. That is why it is saying this is invalid identifier. Is this clear? Is this clear? Any question? Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, Tanvir.
Yeah.
So one, let's say if we are giving a column name inside the count, right, inside the brackets, and it will fetch the count of rows, basically, whatever they are in the column. But if we give that particular column, let's say name in capitals, I think it will give the same, right? Means there is no case sensitive or anything.
Good question. But I think earlier, I have explained this, that in your SQL, your table name, your column name, the reserved keywords, they all
Reserved
are
keywords.
case insensitive.
Insensitive. Okay.
insensitive, and this is throughout your SQL. Maybe
Yeah.
when I will teaching you window function or joins, whatever it may be, throughout it is case insensitive. So you see, I have kept here salary. Now I will keep this salary all in uppercase.
It will
This
work.
means the
Yeah.
same. They are
Okay.
exactly same. Check the output.
Mm.
Getting the same
Yeah.
output.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay,
No
that
doubt.
is your column name, your table name, your reserved keywords. They all are case
Case insensitive.
insensitive
Yes.
throughout SQL. Throughout SQL, there is no exception. Throughout SQL. Okay.
It will
Now,
work on Oracle also, right? Like in any
everywhere,
database.
everywhere
Okay.
SQL is
Okay.
everywhere.
Thank you,
Works
sir.
on any Postgres. Postgres, you have to be careful. The column name you have to keep in uppercase. If you're working in Postgres, that's the only difference. The column name must be in uppercase there. And that again depends how you have designed the table. So leave that discussion. You will get debate. We'll get debated from the topic. Generally, the column name and table name is case insensitive. You write in whatever way you want. That's not a problem. Okay. Fine. Now, I have written this query. Select count of salary from employee. For select count of star, I told you that how engine executes it. Count of one, how engine executes it. Count of a, how engine executes it. If you will not keep this within quotes, why engine throws error message. This all we have discussed. Hope you have understood it. Now, when I'm writing count of a column, like count of a salary, count of a name, count of ID, anything, when I executed that, what you observed?
Then it gave the count
Resolution.
of that particular column.
It has given you the total number of records, correct?
Correct.
Correct, okay. Now we will try to understand the meaning of this. If you're writing select count of salary from employee, the meaning of this query is you are telling SQL engine to concentrate on salary column. I know you might be confused, but let me explain this. Count of salary means you are telling engine to concentrate on salary column and check how many records are there. So this two column will be a black box for the engine. It will not concentrate here. This will be like a black box. Your SQL engine will concentrate on the salary column. Then it will find how many records are there. This is one record. This is second record. This is third record. This is fourth record. This is fifth record. This is sixth record. So output will be 6, correct? And it will display 6 as an output. Hope it is clear. Similarly, when you are telling SQL engine to find select count of name, okay. So then can you tell me how it will execute?
It will only focus on name and ID and salary will be black.
Okay. So in this case, engine will focus on the name column and the other columns it will ignore. And here it will find a count. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. The output will be still 6, correct? Understood? You might be thinking here that, okay, fine, Tanvir, you write count of salary, count of name, or maybe if you want, you write select count of ID. So for all this, we are getting the same output, correct? Hope you have observed this in the Oracle when I have executed that. We got the same output, correct? Here it will concentrate on the ID column. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Hope it is clear to everyone so far.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, in
Oh,
the
okay.
particular column, if we are counting that particular column, what it will replace? Simply that whatever value is there, that one only it will count.
It will not It will not replace anything. What all values are there, it will count it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, count of salary, count of name, and count of ID. You might be thinking that then they all will always give the same output, correct? Now, here is the twist. Now, suppose in this example, 7, and let me take it as a G. Now, listen very carefully. And if it is null. Why I kept null here in the case of G salary column? Can you tell me the business context of this?
We are
Because
not
he is the
sure that.
employee.
Mhm.
I'm
He
not
is
sure.
expecting salary. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the salary of G. Okay, how much salary he has received in a particular month, or what is his salary? Maybe in a particular month, he might be in LOP, loss of pay, correct? Or maybe he would have received the salary, but I don't know the exact number, correct? Maybe he will get salary or not, even that I don't know. Maybe he would have left that organization. That also I don't know. I don't have any clue. That's why I kept it as a null. So whenever you are seeing null, it means not sure exactly what has happened. Okay. Now I inserted null in this employee table. If you want to check it, make sure you select the star from employee. Please verify this. You have this null, 7G null. Okay. Fine. Now I am writing select. Now listen very carefully. Select count star from employee. What will be the output?
7.
7. Okay, let me check. Output is 7, right? Okay. If I will write select count of ID, what will be the output?
7.
Output is 7. If I will write select count of name, what will be the output?
7.
Still 7. Okay. If I will write select count of salary,
6.
the output is 6. Okay.
6.
Why count of salary output is 6? Now let's try to understand it. This is the query. Now in this set you have, listen very carefully, this is a very important concept. 7G and this was null. When you have written count of a star, it means engine has replaced everything with a star. Correct, no? And then it has counted it and the output was 7, correct? Output was 7. When you have written count of ID, it means engine to concentrate on the ID column and find the number of records. So records, 7 records here, output is 7. When you have written count of name, so engine is counting total records in the name column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has given 7 here. But when you have written count of salary, engine will focus on which column? Salary column. In this column, how many records you have? Tell me.
6 records.
Only 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not a record because engine doesn't know the value of this. Do you know the value of null? Is it 0?
No.
Is null equal 0?
No.
Is null equal 100?
No.
You're not sure. Is null equal 1 million? Not sure. So engine will not consider this, and that's why it will give you only this records, which is 6. Is it clear?
Tanvir, why null is not being considered or will not be able to consume by SQL engine? What I believe is it just because all 100, 600, 500, 300, all these values are in integer and the null is in text. Is that so? Like,
No, no,
what
no,
is
no,
it?
no. This null is not a text. This is not a
It
text
is left
actually.
aligned actually. That is the reason I.
No, no, nothing like that. When you're writing count of salary, so
Mhm.
engine will count only the concrete values what you have, the absolute values what you have. Do you think null is a absolute value? Do you know the weightage of null?
No,
Do you know what is the weightage of null? Anyone
no,
knows? No one knows.
no, I
So
don't know.
that's why engine will not count this null. Engine will count only the absolute value what you have. So it will ignore this null. Is this clear?
Okay, but
But
the thing
why?
is,
1 minute, one minute. Why then count of a star is able to count this null? Can you answer this? Anyone?
Sorry. Top one.
Why then count of a star is able to count this null? It has given 7 output.
No, it's
Because
counting
other
rows.
columns as records, right?
Yeah.
It's replacing that
Sorry,
null value into
it has
star and
replaced
then
this null with a star.
hmm,
Good. It has replaced null with a star. Now it is able to count it. But count of a column doesn't have the power to replace. It will count only whatever is visible here, what the actual data is. That is why this count of salary will not consider the null record if it is present in any column. Is this clear?
so I think it is the best practice to always see column wise, right, by column rather than doing count star.
That no. That totally depends on the business context. Here I cannot comment that count of a star is good or count of ID is good or which one to use. No, that totally depends on the business context. What is the requirement?
No, if you want to check the null values, right? So it
If
is
you
to be
want
on a
to
safer side.
exclude null values, then count of column you should use. Okay, that totally depends on the requirement what you have.
But
Anyway,
Tanvir, when we took out the output, right? So we inserted null, right? But when we got the output, we received the dash, basically the hyphen. So why it is giving hyphen, not a particular keyword null and URL?
here in
Yeah.
this database.
Yes.
Here in Oracle, no. In Oracle, if you will execute, it will give you hyphen. But same thing, if you have that SQL Server installed, it will display null. So don't get confused with this.
Same. Okay.
If you will check on Postgres, there as well, it will display null. Okay.
Oracle, it will
I
give
think
this
it is
dash.
no. It is an open source Oracle, no, free
Okay.
version.
In license
So
version,
if
it
you'll
will
work
show
on
null.
yes. I have worked on the license version. It will display null in gray. It will not. It will be great null.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question from this only? I know you're having a lot of other questions from this only. If it is not clear, tell me.
Yeah, just for
Is
confirmation,
it clear?
I'm yeah, count of star in the null it will replace star, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why count of a star, count of any number, count of any character within quotes, they all will consider null as well. Because they will replace null and then they will count it. So they all will consider null as well. But count of a column, if you're writing, the count of a column doesn't have the power to replace. If there is any null, it will simply exclude it. It will not count it. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other question before I proceed?
No.
No questions. Okay. Guys, again, I'm repeating this count is very confusing. Now, just we have started only. A lot of confusions will be there. So I just need concentration from you guys. And if you're getting struck, ask the question, because otherwise, if you will not understand it, you will face problem in group by, then you will face problem in aggregate and all those common topics. It's a very important concept. Now, next concept. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in A, B, C, D, F, G, all these employees. Okay. Now suppose I have this records 5 and 6, and maybe salary is 300. This is 700. Okay. Okay. Now in this employee table, I have this data. If you will check this employee table, this is your employee table. Here I have this ID, name, and salary, 3 columns. Listen very carefully. I'm very sorry, I'm repeating it again and again. But I know if you will miss any point, you'll be confused. So listen very carefully. Do you think you have duplicate ID in here?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not discussing on that why it is duplicate, how you got duplicate. There are multiple reasons how a duplicate can be inserted in a table. There are scenarios when there are valid duplicates. There are scenarios when the duplicates are invalid. I don't want to discuss on that now. But yes, we have duplicate ID in this table. So that duplicate is a very common scenario in any ETL project or database project. So if I will ask you that, can you tell me the unique IDs in this employee table? So what are the unique IDs?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 7.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah. Not 6.
These are unique. Why
1,
not
2, 3,
6?
4, 7.
6.
No, 1, 2.
No.
6 will also
Try to.
be 7.
Unique means what all unique values you have. See, 4, 5, 6, 7. These all are unique. This 7 is getting, sorry, 6, 5 and 6 are getting repeated. That is fine. You have duplicate copy of it. But these are the unique employees in your company. These are the number of employees in your company. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe this 5 and 6 are getting repeated. This have duplicate. So if I will ask you that, tell me the IDs which are duplicate, then you tell me that 5 and 6 are duplicate. But these are the unique IDs you have in your company, correct? So when I will write, when you have to find the unique values, unique means ignore the duplicate one, correct? So you have to write distinct keyword, distinct ID from employee. It will remove the duplicates and it will show you the only unique values. Now check it. One, have I covered order by? I think I have covered now.
Yeah.
Light order by ID. Check the values are unique or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But in the table 5 and 6 was repeated, but here it is not getting repeated. It has removed the duplicates, right? Is it clear? So distinct keyword will show you only the unique values. It will remove the duplicate. It will show the unique values only. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hello, is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, if I will write distinct name, then what will be the value? What will be the output?
Yeah.
Distinct name. Check A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You got the unique values. So distinct, is it clear? Any question on distinct? Okay. Now, if I will write distinct ID comma name, then what is the meaning of it? If you're writing this, there is
It
a
will
misconception.
not
Many
run.
has this. This is again a misconception which you have told. So when I'm writing, first of all, I've shown you select distinct ID from employee. You might have observed that you got the unique values. When you have written, I've written select distinct name from employee. You might have observed that you got the unique name that you guys have observed, right? When I'm writing here, select distinct ID, comma name from employee, the meaning of this query is I'm telling SQL engine that take the combination of this, take the combination of this. And if the combination is getting repeated, then show me the one value only. Like 1A. Do you have any other 1A in this table? Do you have any other 1A in
No.
this table?
No.
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 So it will show you 1A only. 2B, 1 2B copy, it will show you. Similarly, 3C till here, it will show. Do you think it will show you 5E again here?
Yes.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
No.
you have written distinct, no.
Yeah.
You have written distinct, so it will not display this again. Got it? Similarly, 6F. Do you think 6F it will display again?
No.
No, it will not display that. Why it will display? 6F is already covered here. 5E is already covered here. Then why it will display again? Now check the output. Please verify the output. This is the output of engine. Is this correct output? Our understanding was correct.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what misconception people has? Generally, people thinks that if I have written select distinct ID, comma name from employee, the misconception is people think that I am asking engine to display distinct ID and all the names. Okay. This is a misconception. No, if you have written distinct here, the meaning of this distinct is to apply the combination to find the unique based on this both column combination. This distinct is applicable on both the column. Or maybe I recommend my students to read this query like this.
Brackets. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But don't write it, it will throw error message. But just for your understanding, I'm telling, read it in this way. Okay. Is it clear?
So, Tanvir, it means distinct values of ID and distinct values of name column, right?
No, 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 no.
Or the combination of those.
Combination.
Okay.
Combination.
Combination.
Combination
Okay.
should be unique.
If I want to.
Combination should be unique.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
Or else, one
Tanvir,
minute,
if I
one minute. Hold on. Like, please hold on for 2 minutes. Please hold on. I will answer all your questions. Just give me a few more minutes. Just a minute. 1 GH. 1 minute. B. Okay. Now this two record I have inserted 1H 700. 1H 700 is there. This table. I've inserted one more record. You have 1 MH, you have 700. Then what else I have inserted here? 9 700. When I have 9, where this is 700. Okay. Now, in this case, listen very carefully. And now, same query. If I will execute now, same query. Oh. This query. Now, if I'm executing from this table, okay. So here ID and name combination should be unique. If I'm talking till here, I'll be getting this output, correct? Correct, no?
Yeah.
Now, what about this last two records which I have inserted now? These two records. Do you think engine will show you 1H here?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you think? Okay,
Yes.
you told that yes, it will display here. But my question is, one already we have covered now.
It's a combination, right? Yeah, H is
Combination of
different.
an H. H is different. Yeah.
Combination, sir. 1H is different than 1A. Correct? 1H is different than 1A. Idli sambar is different than idli vada. You all agree? Or they both are
Yeah.
same dish?
Different.
Idli sambar and idli vada, they both are same?
No.
No, they are different. So 1A, 1H, they both are different. That's why if I'm writing distinct ID comma name, don't think that I'm telling SQL engine to display distinct ID. So it will display only 1 till 7. It will not display this one again. Here distinct ID comma name means combination we are talking. Now what about 9B? Do you think it will display 9B here?
Yeah.
But B we have covered here, no?
Yeah. But 9 is it's a combination.
2B and 9B are same or different combination?
Different combination.
Different combination. So see, I will execute this query now. Where is this one? Check the output. 1 minute. It's taking time today. Now check the output. Do you think engine has considered this 1H and 9B? Is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, please remove this misconception if anyone has. That if the meaning of this query is to find distinct ID and then display all the name. No, that is a big misconception. Generally, candidates have the think that engine will display only the distinct ID and all the name. No, that is totally wrong concept. Hope it is clear.
Clear,
Now,
clear.
here I have shown you for 2 columns. So you can ask question that, okay, tell me if I want ID, name and salary, can I use 3 columns? Yes, you
Yes.
can use 3 columns, but still the concept will be same. It will display you the unique combination of ID, name and salary. So the moment you will write distinct here, it will it means that is applicable on all the columns combination. You take 10 columns, it will show you the distinct of all the 10 column combinations if you have in the table.
So
Any
Tanvir,
question?
yeah, so Tanvir, it doesn't matter whether you write distinct first or you write distinct, you're taking distinct for any other column. For example, in this case, I'm
1 minute.
taking
No, hold on. Sorry. I'm very sorry. 1 minute. I got your question. I thought of covering that. That slipped from my mind. Good question you have asked. Just a minute. Can you write this query like this? Does it mean the same?
No.
Okay, if I will
No,
execute it, what will happen? It will be executed or error message?
it will give us error message.
Give the error message. Okay. Anyone else? Any other thought?
Yeah, error message.
Error message. Okay. Let
I
me write
think
this.
I
Don't think now. Your error message is there. Okay. This has thrown error message. Now try to understand the reason for this. Why it has thrown error message. When you have written this ID, you see, whenever engine will give error message, there are three reasons. First is you might have done some syntax error. Second is some semantics error. Third is some logical error. Sorry, some functional error. Or maybe engine is confused what to do. When you're writing this, select ID. Have you put any distinct before ID? No.
No.
So engine will display all the ID. So suppose engine has displayed all the ID here. Clear? Okay. Then you are telling engine to display distinct name. Okay. So distinct name. So A is fine. It will display A and all those things. Now you have two B here. This is one B and this is one more B. So engine will display only one B, correct?
Yes.
Writing distinct name. Engine will display only one B, no?
Yes. But
Now
for
tell
which
me
ID?
this. Good. Engine will map this B for which ID? For ID 2 or for ID 9? Tell me. Engine will get confused. To whom should I map this B with? To 2 or 9? That's why engine has thrown error message. Is it clear now?
Clear.
No, not
एक बार
clear.
दोबारा बता दो please.
Yeah, sure. Here I told that if I will write select ID comma distinct name from employee, what will happen? And we have observed here the engine has thrown error message, right? Missing expression or something. So I was telling you the reason for this, that why engine has thrown error message. When you have written this select ID comma distinct name, the engine will understand that user wants ID means all the ID because you have not mentioned distinct before ID, correct? So engine has displayed all the ID here. You see all the ID will be displayed here. Is it clear so far? So far clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. After that, you have given comma and then you have written distinct name. Okay. If I'm talking about the case of B, so engine will display 2B or 1B only.
It will
B twice or once?
twice because the ID is
No,
different.
you have written, no,
Oh,
but you have written distinct, no. So engine will display B only once,
okay.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me if it will display B once, now this B will be mapped with the ID 2 or ID 9. Where should I keep this B? I should keep it here or should I keep it here? Where should I keep it? Tell me, please. Tell me where should I keep this B? Shall I keep it here? Or should I keep it here? Where should I keep? Tell me. Anyone who can help me to write where should I keep this B? I have only one B because I mentioned this thing. Where should I keep it? Come on, tell me. Do you have any answer for
It's
this?
confusion. Yeah.
Confusion. If you will keep it B here, then this 9 will shout. He will tell that no, please map this B to my ID. If you will keep B here, then this 2 will shout. That's why there is a confusion, and that's why engine has thrown error message. So this again proves that
Okay.
distinct will always work on the combination. This makes functional sense.
Okay. Got it.
Hope it is clear.
Yes,
Got
yes.
it. Okay, I will stop here, but this concept is not over. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, fine. We'll continue this tomorrow. I'll give you a few assignment questions today. Now you can ask those who wants to drop, you can drop. I will not explain a new concept. Those who have question, or you can ask if you have any question.
Tanvir, actually, so right now we have learned about the select distinct ID name means it will only work
Hmm.
on the combination of two columns and their
Correct.
contents.
Correct.
But what if we want to display a distinct ID and distinct name?
Distinct ID separately and distinct name separately you
Yes,
can display, but
yes.
not together.
Okay, so it will be select distinct ID, comma, select distinct name, right?
No, no, no. See, actually, what you're asking, that doesn't have any business use case. I will tell you why. This is what you're telling, correct?
Yes, yes,
But literally, you're talking about this, that you want distinct ID and distinct name, right?
correct.
Correct. See, this is not a correct requirement. Actually, I will tell you why.
Mm.
Distinct ID means, okay, fine. I will show you this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I will keep 9 here. This is the distinct ID, correct? Okay. Now you are asking distinct name. A distinct name I will show you till here. Correct. 9 is B. No. For 9 I have to keep B. No. Shall I keep B here?
No,
Tell me.
no, we
Why?
can't do it because
Because you're talking about
distinct name.
distinct name. So
Okay.
already B is covered here. Now then you are doing injustice with this 9. Why you have not marked B? Then you will tell that because this is distinct name. So this is injustice, correct?
Correct,
And
correct.
that's why when you will execute it, engine will throw error message. Let me show you that as well. Let's check the output. Error message.
Correct.
Okay. So that's why I always think from engine, any language, whatever you're studying, Python, Unix, anything. Try to understand internally what is happening. And then it will help you to write complex scenarios, complex queries. Participants, when they join, they will tell, I know basics of SQL joins and all those things. I know you just know that count of a star will count the records, join will join. That is not learning SQL. That is just very simple, ready-made things you are learning. Any language, whatever you are learning, when you understand it from the internal perspective, where it will be failed, how it will work, where which one to use, and do all
Yeah.
this research. Okay, the good you thought that okay, testing if I will write, what will happen? It will throw error message, but why it is throwing error message? Think about that. What is the reason? Take that example, execute that on like Excel sheet, try to find what is happening. Why engine has thrown error message? If engine has thrown error message, there must be some reason. What is the reason? So that will give you another dimension of understanding the language. Okay.
So I
Any other
think
question?
distinct ID, comma name is will be a use case. I think it is like best use case according to me.
This is a use case. Yes, yes,
And if
yes.
we put brackets, will it throw error? Like select distinct and
It will
bracket
throw
name,
error. You check it. Yeah, it will throw error message.
even in licensed version also.
Correct.
Okay.
See, license uh, concept is same. You work on open source or license solution. Concept is same. Just cosmetic changes are there. The appearance
Okay.
will be different. That's all. Concept cannot change if you move from open source to license version. Concept is the same.
Okay, fine.
If you are thinking, sorry, 1 minute. If you are thinking, if your question is that no, Tanvir, I want distinct IDs separately, distinct names separately, then you have to write 2 separate queries for that. Select distinct ID and then select distinct name. Then you can do that. Okay. Yeah. Next question, please.
Yes, and a good recommendation about learning from the engine perspective and try to solve the problems. Could you please recommend, like, for example, if I'm stuck, an engine is, the engine is not giving me anything. So if you could just tell me, like, how should I structure myself in learning this approach? I'm enjoying it. Like, as you said, every session of yours is very insightful and informative. If you could just tell me, like, how do I learn it from engine perspective.
See, first
Sometimes,
of all,
for example, if I'm stuck when writing a SQL, if I'm breaking the SQL and try to execute it, and the problem area, where is it lying? I'm still confused.
Yeah, it happens. So actually, first of all, very honest answer is it will not happen overnight or in 1 or 2 days. Okay. We are able to find it that how engine works and all those things because we have worked on it for a long time. For 12 years,
Yep.
I'm working on SQL only. So that is normal thing when someone works, and if you're interested again, you're doing some research on that, then you will get all this understanding. So, but for you, what or you or for everyone, what I will say, so far, whatever I have taught you, just I have taught count and then order by. Even in the order by, you might have seen that I have shown you that how internally the engine is doing that ordering. When we have used that order by case, the bucket part, maybe you would have understood all those things. Have I covered order by with case?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you might have seen there. Again, I have shown you that how the engine is executing that. Then last class when I taught you upper and lower, I have shown you that how engine is converting that in uppercase. If you give in lower and all those contradictory statements, will the engine throw in a message. So far, I think if you have any question, you can debug it now. I think you are in a position you can debug all those areas. Okay. So down the line, so all the topics, whatever I'll be teaching you, joins, correlated query, CT expression, everything, that will be from engine perspective. So when you will get a struct, so then we will discuss that part, all those things, and then you can implement that. Okay. But right now, if you are getting a struct in joins, and it will be difficult for you to debug it from engine perspective because maybe you don't know how engine works internally in case of joins, how it picks the value. If you know left join or right join, if anyone knows that, then again maybe you know or you don't know that you will use left join, but still the output will be inner join. I will show you all the scenarios. So when I will discuss those concepts, Rizwan, so I will tell you in each and everything that how you have to think from engine perspective, then that will help you. Okay, so just stay connected. So what we'll be studying, we'll see from engine perspective. Then once you have some good maturity, so when you will get struck in a query or the output is incorrect or just throwing error message, then you debug it on your own. Check it that how engine is working. Like see that the day before, last class, I have shown you I have used upper equals some column, the country name, right? And I have given equals something in lowercase. We have seen it has given no data found or something like that, right? So why? Because now you know the reason for that. So similarly, when we'll grow with this course, you will be able to debug it. Okay.
Sure. Thanks.
But that's good. You are interested in that learning from the engine perspective. That's very good. And that will give you a very different insight of this SQL. And SQL is going to be game changer, guys, next 5 to 10 years, because IT industry is working on data, machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything is on top of data. If you don't have good quality of data, the recommendation engine will not give good result. Artificial intelligence will not give good result. Machine learning will fail. Nothing will work if the data is not of good quality. And the data, your SQL is ruling for the last 40 to 45 years. You have pandas, you have numpy, you have PySpark, but still they cannot replace this. You have no SQL, but still they cannot replace this. That's why try to learn it, try to work on the assignments, go through the recordings, take out some time from your busy schedule and grab the opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question in? Yeah.
Tanvir,
Yeah,
I don't know. Actually, I got disconnected for a while. I just want to confirm that we have saw example for null in case of count. Can we check example of blank as well? How it works in case of blank?
That by once I will cover the null part, and then I will jump to the blank part, because blank is very simple. Okay, so main is null, you have to understand, because null has very strange behavior. I will
Mhm.
show you null with each and everything, with in, with not in, with minus, with joins, window function, in ascending order, descending order. Everywhere null has very strange behavior. So
Mhm.
I will show you for
Okay.
blank as well, don't worry. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, one
Yeah.
question. Like this is from a
Yeah.
real time thing. What I'm checking.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So today I learned about count and distinct piece. What you taught. So
Mhm.
the way I have seen people writing query to get the distinct record
Mhm.
is they'll write similarly to this query. They'll write select name, then salary, comma, and then say the
Mhm.
count, and in bracket they will say distinct ID. Okay,
Mhm.
and they'll say
Mhm.
then from employee. So in this case,
Mhm.
like engine will take your name column first, then it will take your salary column, and then it will come on your ID column. Then it will try to find distinct in that. How it will happen?
No, no, no. Maybe you're asking about this. Maybe some. I'm taking just prototype of what you have told. Okay, ID name of distinct salary. Maybe some prototype I'm taking. Okay,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
exactly.
correct. Salary or ID,
Maybe
whatever.
you're talking about this query,
Correct.
correct? So maybe if you're thinking it will display ID first and then name, then count of distinct salary. No, it doesn't work like that. In this, actually, this will throw error message first of all. It's throwing error message. The reason is for this you have to create buckets. The group by concept will come into picture, and
Yeah,
then I will
yeah.
explain you
Okay. So
that is a
yeah, they
different
do
topic.
group by and everything. I just
Ha,
wanted to
ha.
understand when I write count distinct salary, it will
Mhm.
take that column, find the distinct salary rows, and it will count and will give me the numbers. Is that correct understanding?
For this combination, for ID and name combination, it will check how many distinct salary you have for this combination for ID and name. Suppose here ID 1 and A. Okay. Or suppose let me execute it. Right here, group by
So, yeah, instead of
ID,
salary, can
comma
you make that as a ID? Sorry, instead of salary, can you make that
ID
as a
only.
ID?
Mhm.
Yeah, and replace ID with salary.
This one you want me to replace the salary? This one?
Yeah, yeah, salary or yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me replace this one. This is a separate topic of discussion actually, but quickly I will try to make you understand. First of all, try to understand the meaning of this query. Okay, what is the meaning, and then we'll explain you the output. This is the query. Where is the value? This is the value. First of all, let's try to understand what is the meaning of this query. That is very important to understand. Change the color of this. So when you're writing this query, so actually you are telling SQL engine that for a particular name and salary, maybe take the example of A and 100. Okay. For this, you are telling to SQL engine that SQL tell me this combination of name and salary A100, how many distinct IDs they have. So A100, how many records you have for A100? Only one record.
One.
And we have only one unique ID. So output will be one for this. Understood the meaning of this? This is the meaning of this query. Maybe if this A100 has one more record, and sorry, if it has one more record, and suppose here the value is 2. So now this is one record of A100. And now this is another record of A100. Now this A100 has how many unique IDs or distinct IDs? 2 distinct IDs. This is 1, this is 2. So now the output will be 2. So this is the meaning of this query, that for this combination, tell me how many distinct IDs are there. Is it clear?
Okay.
This is the meaning of this query. You might be thinking why we have used group by and all those things. So we will discuss this in detail. So now if I will run this query, now check the output. For A100, you will get 1. See, all these things you're getting only 1 because they have only 1 unique values. Okay, now you see for A100, I will insert one more record, the example which I have shown you now. I'm not sure you are able to understand now because I know this is a little bit complicated. I will insert ID 2 as well. Now A100 has how many unique IDs?
Tanvir, we can leave, right?
Let me complete. You can leave if you want, you can leave. I am not. I will cover this in the next class. This is just. Now see, A100 has 2 unique IDs. You will get A102, correct? Correct. Now suppose is for 700 and B combination. I will insert the same record again. So can you tell me this B700 combination, how many unique IDs they have? This B700 has 2 ID, 9 and 9, but they are duplicate. Unique is 1 only.
1.
So still it will give you B700 1 only. Let me show you this. See, B700, where is that? B700, no, this one. Still it is 1 only. But this is the meaning of this. We will discuss this in detail in the coming classes, maybe day after tomorrow, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Time permits. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Tanvir,
Yeah.
sometime before now you wrote one query that select name from EMP order by ID, and it thrown error. It should not throw error, right? It should work.
Should not throw error. Okay. Select name from by. This is what you're telling, correct?
Yeah.
No, it will not throw error.
Correct. No?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will show you a twist here. 1 minute. I'll show you a twist here. It has thrown error message.
Yeah, but why so? It should.
Why? We'll discuss this tomorrow. I will tell you. Is this fine if we discuss this tomorrow?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or else, no, let me answer this now quickly. Just a minute, I'll answer this quickly. When I have written select name from employee order by ID, again go to the engine. If you're getting any confusion, let's communicate with the engine. When you have written this query, so the order of execution is from clients where group by having window, like don't mug up this, okay? Automatically you will down the line you will understand all these things. Don't mug this. So from employee will be executed. This is your employee table, okay? After this, select, right? You want name, so engine will display name here. But then you have mentioned order by ID. So then it will sort based on the ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1A will be there. Or let me do one thing. First of all, ID 1 will be there. So name is A. It will display A. Then ID 1 is there. It will display H. Correct? It will display like this. If we check this output. By ID. We have A and then H, correct? And then B, because it's sorting based on ID. But the moment you write distinct, the problem is, see, when I executed it, It has thrown error message. So where should I explain this here? So you are telling you want distinct name, correct?
Hmm.
From this name, if engine will show you distinct name, it will show you this value is G, and if it's covered, H is not covered, H will display H as well. It will display this as a distinct name, correct?
Hmm.
Correct now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're telling sort it based on the ID, right?
Hmm.
Now A has ID 1, A
Hmm.
has ID 2. On which one should it sort it first? Tell me. A has ID 1 and 2 both. B has ID 2 and 9 both. Now tell me how engine will sort it.
Okay, so conflict is there.
Conflict is there.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
why the engine is throwing error message. Clear?
What if my data is having distinct IDs and means
What if
what?
data have? Oh, okay. Huh. That let's discuss that tomorrow, because I know again this will be a threaded question. Again, if I will show you for distinct, again you'll be having some questions. I will show
Okay.
you that in detail tomorrow. We can discuss it. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Tanvir, actually, in the
Yeah.
beginning only, I was planning to ask this one. In the order by instead of writing ID, some people will write 1, 2, 3 like that.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that as well. Actually, meaning is sorry.
Column name.
One. So meaning of this one is after select the first column, you want it to be sorted on based on this. Okay. So if I have order by ID comma name, so order by one is sort based on ID. It will sorted based on ID. That's why you might see after a H here. But if you write order by 2, it means you want to sort based on name, because 2 means second position. So name comes at the second position after select. Not is sorted on name. Now here the misconception is people think that this 2 means the second column in this employee table. No, second column in this select clause. Okay, if I will write name comma ID. Now which is the second column?
ID.
ID. So please don't, I mean, if you have this misconception, please remove it. 2 means second column in this select clause, not the second column of this employee table. In the employee table, your second column is name. No, it is not concerned with that. Hope it is clear.
Yeah. If I remove that ID, select name from employee order by 2.
This one.
Yeah.
See here. Here you are writing order by 2. Do you have second column here?
No.
No. Then how engine can sort based on the second column? It has thrown error message. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine then, guys. I think we'll connect tomorrow. I will share you a few assignment questions today. Please work on that, and then we'll connect tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks, Tanvir.
Bye.